they laughed at them. So I didn't say shit, I just backed it up. But we'll see who gets...
Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Aggro, and today we're going to be covering the defender COBRA and how to properly utilize his loadout to secure the defense for your team. He is a very good defender, and I feel like he is very versatile as an anchor, and this is where he should mainly be played, but he can also be used as a very powerful late round roamer, and this is one of the few characters where you can actually die and he still plays a very important part to the team composition. Now moving into his loadout, his primary gun is the Vector, and this gun is very good. It is probably one of the fastest time to kill guns in the game. It has an extremely fast fire rate, but the downside to this is the magazine is very small, and about every kill you're going to want to try to reload it. You can pull about 2 kills safely off the clip before it becomes a problem. His impact shotgun is an MR1014, and it is a very good shotgun, but it basically depends on your playstyle as to which route you decide to take. His secondaries are pretty much the same with all the defending operators, and his poison traps are what make him so unique and make him very important to team comps. And your gadget B is either going to be an impact nade or a folding shield. Now I think if you're going to decide to play COBRA as a late round roamer, then the impact nade is going to give you more versatility as far as how you can manipulate the map environment. But if you decide to play him as more of an anchor, then I feel that the folding shield is definitely going to benefit you in the long run more. Now, as playing COBRA, you really want to place his traps initially in areas where you are going to have to vault over an object on the map, whether that be through a window or through you putting a deployable shield down to where an attacking operator is going to have to vault over it, because the mines are not visibly exposed, so therefore the attacking operator is almost guaranteed to end up in the trap, and that makes baiting the kills off the traps extremely easy. Now, these traps can be destroyed by Magnet's EMP nade, as most every single defending operator gadget can, which is really helpful as far as a counter is concerned, to where you're not so worried about these traps. Now in Siege, where you have the goo mines, they're actually invisible, so it's a lot more important to have a counter, but in Area F2, the traps are actually visible, so as long as you're paying attention, you can, for the most part, shoot them out, and a lot of people like to put them under door sills. This is why that is not such a great idea, is because a lot of people have done it so far, so people are starting to look under door seals because that is typically where jammers are found. So it's not very viable because people are just going to shoot them out. I recommend placing them a little bit back farther from door seals to where you can't really notice them as much, or placing them a little offset. Now, when you are playing COBRA, his traps are very useful if you like to use them as what I would call a UAV net. And what I mean by this is, as you can see where I've been placing these traps, I'm basically making sure that I cover every single area where an attacking operator can enter a site. And this is just one example, so make sure you look at all the areas. Now notice how I'm going out further. So I'm not placing them on the initial doors to enter the room. I'm placing them on the doors that you have to get into in order to get through those specific set of doors. Now the reason I'm doing this is because if you place them initially right directly on the doors, there's the first doors you go through when to enter the room, then you're leaving yourself exposed, because by the time that trap goes off, more likely than not the operator's already in the room. So therefore that is a threat. You want to use these mines as kind of a way to understand where the attacking operators are advancing their push from. And not only that, you don't want to go too far out, because you still want to be able to play off the traps and help your team also play off the traps. Playing off these traps is super important, since it takes around 2 seconds to actually stim the antidote into you in order to get rid of the poison effect. So knowing that, if you play off the traps, you can pick up some really easy kills, because of course the first thing the attacker is going to do is going to antidote. And if you were there in order to catch them off guard in the middle of that antidote, it's practically a free kill at that point. And it's super beneficial, because you can get some really easy picks, maybe 1 to 2 picks if you have you and your teammate both playing off a trap as guaranteed free kills. Now these mines have a tick rate of 830 to your health, and it takes 12 full hits to an operator that has a full health bar. Now, that is important because I feel like a lot of people think that these traps do way more damage than they actually do. Yes, they are helpful more for baiting, but if someone gets hit by the trap and they're, say, couple rooms ahead of you, you probably shouldn't be pushing them as if they are one shot and making silly plays just because you saw that they hit your trap. These traps are more to be played off of and understand where the attackers are coming from. Now, these little icons throughout the map, you should definitely pay close attention to them because you can make calls for your teammates that are a couple rooms away in order to play off of that if you see a trap go off, but don't go a couple rooms away just to push an attacking operator because you think they're low because they hit the trap. Now, with that being said, these traps combined with a wolf trap are very, very powerful late game. Wolf's traps can typically do around 32 damage to an operator. Now, when you pair that with this, you're taking practically around 40 health off of an operator, because when the trap initially bursts, so as soon as you step on it, it does about 10 damage, and then the ticks after that do about 830. So you can take about 40 health off of an attacking operator if you combine the two, which is so powerful late game, because when you're late game as an attacker, you have more than likely been shot or hurt in some way, shape, or form by a defending operator at some point during the round. So this combines in order to make it very easy for someone to just insta-kill themselves as an attacker when it comes down to late game situations. And that is huge, especially if you're facing a very, very skilled team. So we've talked about COBRA's gadgets and his loadouts and how you can really utilize him, but how should you really be playing this defender? Now, this defender is typically an anchor, which means you want to keep him on site for most of the round. Since he has 2 armor and 2 speed though, it allows him to be a very strong late round flex into roaming. And this is how I honestly think that you guys should be playing him. Until you get around 3 picks off the other team, you should be anchored in the site, helping your team figure out where the push is coming from. And then once you get down to those last 2 attacking operators, he is an extremely strong flex roam, and you can basically go around the map and find the enemies at that point. Now, his gun, the Vector, allows him to be a very strong flex because it fires so fast that even if you hit body shots, you're going to drop someone at an incredible rate. But I still do advise going for headshots, of course. As always, in Siege or Area F2, headshots are definitely a lot more positive experience considering it is a one-shot kill. Now, I play this character every single round as an anchor and a late round flex roam. Now, you can just keep him as an anchor and he is still very powerful. Nothing says that you have to go roaming with him. So if you are more of an anchor player and you don't feel comfortable roaming yet, then I definitely suggest you stay on site. It's not a golden rule of thumb that you have to roam with him. I'm just letting you know that you have that option because he is a very good late round roaming character. Now, this defender really shines in team compositions that have a wolf, a fortress, and a lightning on the team, and it just makes this operator so much stronger. Now, like we mentioned before with Wolf's trip mines, it adds that extra damage to the poison trap, so you are pulling more health off of an attacking operator, which of course is extremely important. When you have a fortress on the team, you can pick up the shield, effectively making this defender a 3 armor, 2 speed character, which helps him if you choose to play him as a late round roamer and makes him extremely powerful. And it's also good to have a lightning because just like Wolf, lightning has the shocker traps where you can throw down some barbed wire, throw a shocker onto it, and you're then pulling more health off an attacking operator. And any time where you are able to get health off of the attacking operators without actually firing at them is always a positive thing, because at the end of the day, it just makes your job as a defender even easier. So I think those three are very crucial, but not 100% necessary. They just combined well with COBRA in order to make him a stronger operator. Now, you cannot stack the traps either. So if you try to throw down 2 or 3 of the traps, the only thing that will happen is your tick rate will still stay the same, around 830 per tick, but you will just get an initial boost of 10 damage to the operator that is running through them. So clustering them in a single room is also not a good idea because you gain 0 benefit from it. So the UAV net, where you're placing them down in order to see where the push is coming from, is the most viable in my opinion. And if you can, in the attacking room or the defending room is small enough, I suggest keeping at least 1 mine on you in order to throw out in an area where you know someone's pushing, in order to play off of it, in order to get an easy kill. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below what operator you would like to see a guide on next, because we will be going over the attacking and defending operators. So let me know which one you would like to see. And I just want to take this time to thank you guys so much for 1K on the channel. This is an absolute huge milestone for me and something that I've wanted to accomplish for a really long time. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. You guys have absolutely no idea, because I've been wanting to do YouTube now for about 9 years, so I really appreciate every single one of you that supports me, and I will see you guys in the next one. And make sure you don't forget to enter the 11,400 credit giveaway, because you guys are all awesome. See you guys. Peace.